Hey friends, my name's Nelson, I'm the Living Card Gamer, and we just got finished playing 4 different games with Nova, one in each of the aspects, and now we're gonna go through his kit, talk about Nova a little bit, and try and figure out where he fits in the overall ranking of Marvel Champions heroes. Alrighty, so Nova, which is Sam Alexander, is a hero with a fairly subpar stat line. He has a 112 stat line with only 9 health, and that's because he has a epic kit. And so let's look at that a little bit. He is built all around the wild resource. He wants to get wild resources. He wants to pay for things using wild resources because those wilds are more efficient in his kit. This all culminates in one of his upgrades, which is the Supernova Helmet. He has a setup ability. Actually, it's not even a setup ability. It's just an action that says that you can go grab your Supernova Helmet from the discard or the deck, and just for 1 resource, and then it's a 1-cost upgrade. However, if you pay for this action with a wild resource, you're able to put it directly into play. Now, what does the helmet do? So the Supernova Helmet gives Nova the aerial trait, which is great because we're starting to see a lot of cards that really play off that aerial trait, and some of them help him a lot. We'll get into that here in a sec. But you can exhaust the helmet to generate a wild resource. And then Nova's ability says that after he uses a basic power, you get to ready Supernova Helmet. And so you can trigger this multiple times every single round. So once before you use a basic power and once after. And if you have ways to ready, then ooh, you're golden. Your economy is going to be insane. Going along with the theme of, the wild resources, he has a card called Connection to the World Mind, which is a really genius design. I love this. And it's a wild resource, and its printed text says that it does not count towards your hand size. So Nova's hand size in hero form is 5 cards. However, if you draw this card, you continue to draw, and you pretend like it's not even in your hand when counting cards. This allows you to, again, increase that economy, help pay for more things. So when I said earlier that he has a really great economy and you want to be paying for things using wild resources, it's because his events are actually cheaper if you pay for them with wild resources. So for example, Lightspeed Flight is his thwart event. It's a 2-cost event to remove 3 threat. However, if you pay for it with a wild resource, it only costs 1. Basically, you double the number of wild resources used when paying for the card. So Supernova Helmet gets it out for effectively free. You're not tossing any other cards. Or if you have Connection to the World Mind, or if you throw in other wild resources into your deck, you can really pull off these Lightspeed Flights very easily. This is also very similar to the attack event that is in his kit, the Pot Shot. So same cost structure, 2 costs or 1 wild resource, and it does 4 damage. Really efficient damage for 1. Love it. His quote defense event, which is not really defense because it doesn't have it's not defensive traded, it is a little bit different. It's a 1-cost event, and it says whenever a friendly character, and that's any character, would take any amount of damage, you can prevent 3 of that damage. And then if you paid for it with a wild resource, then you get to deal 3 damage back. And so that's the little catch if you get to use the wild resource for Force Field Projection, his defense event. Really wish it had the defense keyword there. That would make it a lot better. Nova's economy is incredible. He has so many ways to pay for things. He's drawing up past his hand size with Connection to the World Mind. He's got a wild resource on the table. And one of the things that is noted in his kit is that 10 out of his 15 cards are superpower traded. However, his economy is so great. I really haven't ever included Depth Focus. I have not had problems paying for things because of that ready of the helmet. I built decks around getting Nova ready so that we can utilize that helmet multiple times per round. And so I kind of left Depth Focus out. I had it in my early deck builds and realized I never was really utilizing it all that much. And so I ended up taking it out, which is kind of crazy for someone who has 67% of his kit cards as superpower traded. Anyways, Nova has all this incredible economy, and what that does for him is leads into epic turns utilizing his event, Unleash the Nova Force. Unleash the Nova Force states it's max 1 per round, and it says whenever you defeat an enemy or remove the last threat from any scheme, you can ready Nova and draw a card. So there are a couple of things here. This allows you to ready, which means that you can use another basic power, which would ready your helmet, and so you can start paying for things, and you just continue to draw, and you go insane. You go ballistic. It's so much fun. You can take out so many things at the table. If you're playing multiplayer, let everyone leave their minions out there, systematically just take them down using pot shots or any of your aggression events. Oh, it's so insane. It's so fun. Whenever you have an Unleash the Nova Force turn, yeah, it's something to write home about. Because Nova is built around these events and has economy, he doesn't really build all of that much. The 10 out of 15 cards, all of those are superpower traded, all of those are events, and so, he is such a very event-focused hero, and he hits the ground running, but really kind of stagnates in the later game. However, this can be kind of fun to build around. You can rush down villains if you're playing solo, or be that cleanup and support character for a multiplayer game where you can take care of the minions or you can take care of the side schemes and let the other teammates just focus on the villain. So I just wanted to note that it is a little bit of a downside, is that he doesn't kind of ramp as much as a lot of the other heroes. So let's take a look at the 4 aspects, and I'm going to rank them in what I prefer with him, not necessarily his strongest, but what I enjoy playing with him. And in 4th place, this is a big surprise, I actually have Protection. I thought that I was really going to enjoy Nova Protection because of that Supernova Helmet, generating the wild resource, and being able to pay for all of your 1-cost defense events. However, 2 defense is tough. It's not the end of the world, but the real drawback with Protection is it does not synergize really well with Unleash the Nova Force, and I really just wish it did. You want to be killing a lot of minions or taking out a lot of side schemes to really get the full utilization out of Nova, and Protection just isn't built for that. It's there to protect, it's there to kind of mitigate and not, do the burst damage that Aggression or Justice has to kind of maximize the unleashed potential. So unfortunately, Protection is number 4 for me. In 3rd place, we have Leadership. I really like Leadership because it doesn't necessarily have a direct impact on Unleash the Nova Force, and however, allies can kind of alley-oop the Unleash turns, right? So he doesn't have a great stat line. It's a 1-1-2, and so you're not going to be, bombing side schemes with your basic support power. However, if you build your Leadership deck around getting that side scheme to 1 threat left or 2 threat left, and you are able to kind of come in and swoop and take that out, then the allies can really help you get a ton out of Unleash the Nova Force. That's why I really like the blue aspect for Nova. Plus, the new champions heroes are just sweet. Like, some of the new champion heroes we would consider broken, looking at you, Moon Girl. So yeah, the other thing that I kind of like about blue with Nova is that force field projection can actually save allies. So it's any friendly character, so it's not necessarily just your hero or a teammate, it can be allies. And so if you have an ally with Retaliate, or if you have an ally that benefits from blocking, you can actually block with that ally and then save them 3 damage, which just extends that life out. Really like blue, just has a little bit of synergy, not as much as the other 2, the Aggression and Justice, but it does allow you to set up for some epic turns. Alrighty, in 2nd place, we have Aggression. So Aggression is great because you can bring out minions and just go to town, right? So he is so looking forward to killing minions, to taking them out, and then, just readying and just going and doing it again. And so you can find those minions with like looking for trouble, which helps with your thwart potential as well. Angela allows you to bring them out, and then you can then use them or use some of the aggression events that we've seen, like Pitchback, which is a new aerial traded event that allows you to, after you attack, deal 4 damage to an enemy. So allowing you to get those kills to trigger Unleash. Another one is 1x1, which really works. Melee is excellent, right? You can hit 3 again, and just allows you to trigger Unleash the Nova Force multiple times, which gets you the ready, gets you the card draw, and allows you to utilize the helmet again. I'm telling you, the turns are epic. They are so much fun. Alrighty, so That means that in first place, that leaves the yellow aspect that is Justice. One way or another is bonkers, right? So we have already determined that one way or another builds are just super fantastic. That is no different with Nova, because you can one way or another get the side schemes to beat, and then you typically build around getting good things whenever you beat those side schemes. With Nova, you get even more benefit from beating those side schemes, and he can really do it. With Lightspeed Flight, you're taking out 3. That pretty much eliminates a lot of side schemes in a solo game, and so he is ready to just set them up and knock them down. You can throw in Followed, which helps get that minion kill, which is the deal 4 damage after you beat a side scheme. You can run Stealth Strike, which is something that I haven't run in a long time, right? It's a 4 damage Justice event that if you defeat a minion, you get to remove 2 threat, setting you up for that next trigger. Oh, it's just so much fun. In my aspect game for Nova and Justice, in the first turn, before the villain even took a turn, I did 21 damage on turn 1 and handily beat him very early into turn 2. I highly recommend watching that. It was very much luck of the draw and like just kind of the stars align type thing, but it was a lot of fun. Alrighty, so let's rank Nova in the overall ranking of heroes. So as you see, this is a new setup, so I don't really know where I'm going to put things yet, but as you see here, I have what the heroes that I've already done and where I've ranked them, and we're going to drop Nova in the A tier and just right behind Captain Marvel. I think Nova could give Captain Marvel a run for her money. The problem here is that Captain Marvel does ramp a little bit better, and in the long game, she is going to outpace Nova. However, Nova is phenomenal. He is an incredible hero, so much fun, epic turns, creates puzzly decisions on how to maximize, okay, I need to do 1 damage here, which sets up the ally to leave it with 1 health, and then I can self-strike, kill this over here, which takes off the 2 threat, and then I can come in and kill all 3 of them. You feel like, the puppet master. You're over here, you're trying to figure out exactly where you need to be to get the maximum utilization out of Unleash the Nova Force. I love Nova. I am Team Nova. As you'll see, we're about to do, you'll see the Ironheart video here soon. They came out at the same time. I'm Team Nova. I just have so much fun with Nova. What about you? So what was your favorite aspect with Nova? What do you like about him? Are there things that just feel a little bit off with him? I mean, he hits the ground running. It's one of the better precons that we've seen in a while, but let me know what you think in the comments. Also, down in the video description, you can find the link to vote on who I play next. I am actually going to be playing Black Widow next, and then whoever gets the next highest votes, we will play after that. Looking forward to it. Thank you all for hanging out. Go play some Marvel Champions. Peace.